my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
This episode is brought to you by FairDesk, a crypto derivatives trading platform founded by 6 former Binance execs and 3 former Morgan Stanley architects. FairDesk is a company focused on building a platform that enables traders to profit from both rising and falling markets. Sign up today and CB will credit you up to $600 in trading funds. For more information, visit fairdesk.com, link in the description below.
Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we doing it live, ladies and gents. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. Not top of the week, middle of the week, hump day. It is Wednesday, October 5th. 2022. We in the building. We got Crypto Yo. He's in the building. I know I fixed the chopping, man. Sorry about that. Double the info. Absolutely. Yeah, I fixed that, bro. Sorry about that. So I did fix the echoing at the beginning, man. I forgot to turn my mute on from my XSplit. So sorry about that, guys. Salute, brother, for being the salt and flavor in the crypto space. I appreciate it, Trav. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you guys for giving me the heads up on that echo. We got it fixed. We doing it live, Minho. We are doing it live. Shout out to everybody in the room. You know what time it is. I need you to get up out of your seat. I know you're mad. He was talking about your wife. I understand that. But I need you to get out the seat, go up to the stage, and smack that like booty or that like face. I don't know, whichever one you want. It's up to you, but just make sure you do it. It definitely helps CBTV out, helps me out. Good evening to you, Mr. B. Thanks for tuning in. I've got a 2-hour drive, so let me get that alpha, CB. I got you, bro. I got you. We're gonna definitely give you some alpha today. Let's kick it off first with, TradingView. Check it out, but not TradingView, but FairDesk. Check it out. That is my sponsor, cryptocurrency sponsor for the channel. I actually love this exchange. So if you guys are looking for a crypto exchange, check them out. They have daily rebates. They give you 4% back on your initial deposit up to $600. They got all types of incentives for you to trade over there. And the name says it. I know normally, like with the politicians, they give you some type of Fair Act bill or Safety Act or Patriot Act is usually the opposite. The Inflation Reduction Act, that is always the opposite. Not with FairDesk. It truly is a fair, and they don't stop hunt you. They do not stop hunt you. I'm really enjoying it. So check it out. Very great UI, and you guys will definitely enjoy the user experience as well. Bloodalytics.com. You know what time it is. Coming up on that next month, second month of performance, we'll be doing that on October 15th, giving you guys the recap on month 2 with Bloodalytics. Last month we did 21.7% on a $4,000 size account, and that is only trading at 3x leverage. So you guys are missing out. I'm not going to call them out. I'm not, but I got a nice bet with a person that is in the chat room right now. I don't want you to say anything, my man, but we got a bet. He's going to try to outpace Bloodalytics for 1 month. We'll see if he's able to do it. I highly doubt it. I'm just gonna lick a shot for that one. But hey, it's a friendly bet we got going on. So let's see how he does, how he fares up to the algo. Let's take a look at the charts, because my God, I mean, we are just going back and forth, still can't shake that channel. I mean, we are still inside that channel, ladies and gents. Yesterday we rallied to the tippy top of it, got to the edge, couldn't make any. I mean, that is a sizable wick right there. This wick right here, that shows you that the bulls pretty much lost that battle on that hour. And it's been kind of going down from there. Now, we did have a pump earlier today, but I don't know, man. It's kind of indecisive. We are right smack dab in the middle of that channel yet again. It's like deja vu. I don't know what we're going to do here. So until I see a breakout to the upside out of this channel, or break below this area right here, I'm neutral. I can't tell you where we're going, to be honest with you. So it is what it is. I don't want to show you where we are in the markets currently with Bloodalytics, because that would kind of give our position away. So I'll save that for tomorrow. You guys tune in to see what's going on there. Crypto markets just shy above that 1 trillion again, ladies and gents. Toggling back and forth, but ultimately, I told you guys the other day, this is not a great look right here. This looks real head and shoulderish. And I ain't talking about dandruff either. I'm talking about a potential bear signal for the markets. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but we are hovering right at $1 trillion market cap. Now, stock market it was up and down today as well. I mean, we were down about 0.5% earlier out the gate, but then we rallied. We went positive. Then we came back down and closed just in the negative. Not too bad, but we did close in the negative. To me, this is what this is telling me, just off straight up price action. I think the bulls are getting exhausted. They came out the gate swinging Monday and Tuesday. I mean, huge gains. Now we're slowing down. Now we can't keep that momentum going. Is the market finally realizing, hey, we got ahead of ourselves? Powell is not going to reverse course. At minimum, he may do 50 basis points, but he ain't going backwards or pausing, ladies and gents. I just don't see it happening. I just do not see it happening. Inflation Reduction Act, absolutely. That lets you know. Wendell C is in the building. LTC is in the building. Thanks for tuning in, Wendell. Random fact, today we are 69 days and 420 hours away from New Year's. Oh, that's funny. 69 and 420. I'll let your mind run with that one. Dixie is up today. It closed up 1%. So we are starting to get a move back up, as you guys can see there. The V shape down there at the bottom started on yesterday. So the lows of $110 or 110 on the Dixie index, and we're kind of rallying off of that low, could possibly show some signs of the dollar getting stronger again, and thus stock market might drop and cryptos might drop and fade from here. We'll see though. So today I told you guys that we had some ADP numbers coming out. Let me hit the refresh button so you can see from Forex Factory. We did have ADP come out, and it was higher than expected. So that's not good for those who think that the Federal Reserve is going to reverse course. We were forecast for 200K and we did 208. So it's not too much above, but it's not below either. It's not like we're seeing the economy slow down, at least from a non-farm payroll perspective. Friday, we do get the government numbers, and that may and will weigh a little bit more weight on the markets. But this could be a foreshadowing of forecast for Friday might not be under. It may be over. So look out for some action there. let's go ahead and start with this here. Do Kwon, you know, the founder of that fallen Terra Luna company, the guy that said he was going to create a stable coin pegged or backed by something that's very unstable, Bitcoin. Didn't see that having any issues, but hey, a lot of people piled into it. He was able to raise a lot of money, and he was the poster child of cryptos for a while there. But anyway, he's throwing shots out here at the South Korean prosecutors that are saying that they froze $39.6 million of his crypto. And guess what he said? Quote unquote, this is from a tweet. I don't know whose funds they froze, but good for them. Hope they use it for good. Okay, now we got Quando Rondo. He's throwing up the gang signs now, y'all. He is getting gangster. He is not playing around. He is giving it to him for real. I think he is straight up on the run now. With responses like that, responses like that tell me this guy ain't turning himself in no time soon. So, just wanted to give you guys an update on Quando Rondo, a.k.a. Do Kwon from Terra Luna. He keeping it gangster, ain't he? SEC share. I just talked about something regarding SEC chair Gary Gensler yesterday. I told you that old Max Kaiser told Gensler to go ahead and stick it to XRP, or I should say Ripple, for selling unregistered security. Well, unfortunately, guys, and I've talked about this with you guys in the past. We've had this conversation. I told you to take a look at the court documents and records from the Library versus SEC case, and in that case, what I'm showing you right here was echoed. The SEC is pretty much saying pretty much all tokens, all cryptos are securities. Now, the ramifications of something like this, I mean, it's tragic. It'll be a tragedy if we saw a travesty if we saw the SEC take over, controlling the crypto markets, and then doing something like this, pretty much going after any and every token. He said here, Gary Gensler has reiterated that most crypto tokens are securities, emphasizing that the law is clear on this. This is crazy. He goes on to say here, the law is clear on this. I believe based on the facts and circumstances, most of these tokens are securities. And this was quoted from an interview he did on Monday on CNBC. Gensler reiterated that of the nearly 10,000 tokens in the crypto market, he believes the vast majority are securities. Offers a sale and sales of these crypto security tokens are covered by the securities law. Given that most crypto tokens are securities, it follows that many crypto intermediaries are transacting in securities and have to register with the Security and Exchange Commission in some capacity. So if that is going to be the case, you are going to see more just fees and this and that just to interact with the crypto economy, the crypto industry. It's going to bog down innovation. It's going to slow down innovation, and it's a bad move if they go this route. Now, remember, there is a battle right now between the SEC and the CFTC on who should have jurisdiction over cryptocurrencies. We're going to talk about that in the next article, but I really hope you guys are paying attention to that Library versus SEC case, because it has shown us exactly where the SEC stands. And I'm going to be honest with you. Sorry, XRP Army. I just don't see y'all having a clear day in hell getting past this. I just do not see it, especially with the rhetoric that's being publicized in the Library versus SEC case. I just don't see it. Red River said, I heard this was the first month they implemented changes to that employment data formula, but I did not look into it. Wow. Moving that goalpost. That's what they like to do. The walls will close in on Kwon. Yeah, they will. It's BS. You can't use a security as a currency. Hey, if they say they can, then you can. Yeah, right. A whole bunch. It's not necessarily that, BitGet or MEXC will go out of business. It's just, it's going to add more regulatory costs. They're going to have to register with the SEC if they want to, operate in the United States. That's going to add hundreds of thousands and maybe even millions of dollars in lawyer fees and such to do that. Guess where that's going to go? That's going to be passed on to you, the trader. So at the end of the day, we, the small people, foot the bill for any of these changes that may happen. Gensler has not changed his tune. He has been saying the same thing all along. Yeah, man. Chris 6 said, that hurts. Do you know what the Hinman files in the XRP case? Do I know what are in them? Well, yeah, comments, I believe, from Gensler in a private event or something where he talked about securities and and what is a security and what isn't. But it really does not matter if he was not acting on behalf of the SEC in his comments. That's the thing that has to be very. And I'm not a lawyer. I'm not saying I am or anything close to it. But what I have read from this whole Hinman file situation is that he was acting as himself, on representing himself in those comments that were in a closed private conversation or whatever. But he was not acting or representing the SEC in those comments. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Gensler can say what he wants, but proving it in court is a different thing. In the XRP case, they haven't been able to prove anything. It doesn't matter, bro. I understand what you're saying. I do. But come on. Does it really matter? They're going to move the goalposts, change the laws, and paint it in the direction or in the picture that is advantageous to the SEC. It's all about optics. You cannot tell me that a loss against XRP wouldn't set the SEC back years and really reverse a lot of the. I mean, look how many companies they've gone after already. They've gone after and charged and convicted so many companies in the past 2 years, 3 years. Reggie Middleton, that's just one example. There's another one that I'll be actually in a Netflix documentary coming out at the beginning of the year. Watch out for that. But I'm in a Netflix documentary talking about another case that the SEC, went after a crypto company. And I covered it a lot back in the day. What happens then? You can't. I think they've dug themselves such a deep hole that they can't let XRP win. And this is just straight objectively speaking. This has nothing to do with how I feel about XRP as the banker's coin, or how I feel about Ripple straight pimping their XRP army coins. They're just using your wealth, extracting your wealth from your coins, and you're buying of those coins and funding their ventures. So this has nothing to do with that, in my opinion. This is straight objectively speaking. If you zoom out and look at it from an objective perspective, you have to feel the same way. They don't want to allow any change in optics. Seba said, we talking about the SEC here, regulating a $1 trillion industry. The other case has to be the crypto card that I can't remember the name of from Florida. Yeah, man. So, here are his insane comments, guys. I don't agree with it, of course, but this is the position and this is where they're going to be coming from. Now, on the contrary, CB, not Crypto Blood, but Coinbase is very supportive of giving the CFTC exclusive jurisdiction over Bitcoin, Ethereum, and I don't know if that means other coins as well, but Coinbase has been very supportive and vocal about having the CFTC regulate Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, I agree with them. Even though they call Coinbase CB, they call Crypto Blood CB. So both CBs agree and want the CFTC to regulate Bitcoin and Ethereum. That would be the best move, because we just saw what kind of rhetoric is coming from the SEC. This is going to set us back decades, possibly at least 5 years, at least. So Coinbase says, in this article, I should say, a lot of people don't know that there are 2 bills in Congress that have been largely flown under the radar, at least for people outside the policy wonk crowd. They would decisively give the Commodities Futures Trading Commission more power. What's more, they got a hearty endorsement from Coinbase's head of U.S. policy. So she says here, we're very supportive of the 2 efforts, one in the House and one in the Senate, that would provide spot authority to the CFTC. That's by Senators Stabenow and Boozman. Drinking them Boozman. And Representatives Thomas and Kahana in the House. So this is what we should be voting for. Let's just face it, regulation is something we can't avoid at this juncture. We're too far down the rabbit hole. Too many people have in 2017 and going into 18 cheered on regulation. Yeah, come regulate us, because they thought adding regulation was going to pump their bags to $100,000 Bitcoin. Well, little did they know, welcome to crypto. You're new to this. These markets are volatile. They'll go up, down, left, right. It's like punching in a Mortal Kombat code before the actual battle starts. This bad boy be all over the place. It ain't got nothing to do with regulatory proceedings or laws being placed on this, because it's a new asset class. It's still pretty fragmented as far as price discovery. It's not like stocks, where in stocks you have, at least in the US, right, you have one central market maker or one central place where these stocks are traded. So manipulation or lack thereof is easy. They can halt trades, they can put in circuit breakers, they can do all these things in a closed circuit environment, unlike cryptos where there's exchanges all over the world trading Bitcoin. Okay, so price discovery is closer to where it should be. It's closer to a free market. So regulation is only going to regulate it in the United States, but there's a whole wide world out there. Okay, so it is what it is. Taltech said making it law is one thing, enforcing it is another. That's true. JC said if nations switch to state-sponsored digital currencies, XRP and SWIFT would no longer have a use case. JC, that's funny you mentioned that, because that is one of the next articles I will be talking about, my friend. So stay tuned. So you'll hear my 2 Satoshis on that whole situation. How can they regulate Bitcoin if they don't know who created it? Bitcoin is not a public company. I don't understand. Neither do I, crypto yo. It does not make any sense, but it doesn't have to. Brad said they be moving out the US if Ripple lost the case, and not to mention that over like 90% of XRP investors are from different countries outside the US. No, that's fine. Listen, a judgment on XRP, or I should say a judgment on Ripple regarding XRP, is not necessarily like the end of XRP. It's going to be a huge it's going to be a blow. Let's not paint anything light here. It will be a blow to XRP, and it will take a big hit in price, but it won't be the end of XRP. As you stated, Chris, the coin will be traded. Listen, this is what the U.S. has to understand. We haven't gotten there yet because we think we will rule forever, and what precedent we set is what the rest of the world will follow. We're seeing that changing. That is no longer the narrative. With the BRICS, they're doing their deals, you know, settling commodities and other currencies other than the U.S. dollar. You got China, you got Russia, One Belt Road Initiative, and all these things going on behind our backs, not in our dollars. The tide is shifting. So in the next 10 years, 15 years, the U.S. won't be that watermark, that high watermark as far as regulatory standards, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens there. Regulation allows middlemen to create products to take their cut. Exactly. What do you think? Why do you think so many MCs are creating? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what regulation will do. Apex said CBDCs will still need an exchange mechanism for cross-border payments. No, they will not, my friend. Oh, no. No, they will not. And I'm going to show you exactly why. I mean, they will. The CBDCs will use what I'm going to talk about in one of the next articles here. So stay tuned for that. You'll see what I'm talking about. Let's go over to what Bitcoin is doing and its hash rate, because it has just touched an all-time high. A new all-time high for BTC hash rate. All right. That happened and it's currently 158 exahashes per second. That's a lot. That's a lot of computing power. So out of this report from Arcane Research, as you guys can see here, the 7-day moving average for Bitcoin hash rate has just skyrocketed. And you can see this table here that shows daily miner revenues. 18 million, almost 19 million. All right. Fees per day, 263,000. I always thought that would be higher than that. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys so you can see that a little bit better. I don't know if you can. Maybe I zoomed in too much. But as you guys can see here, the breakdown of the Bitcoin network data and its fees and revenues. So what does this mean though? I mean, to me, it shows you that people, or miners I should say, they're betting on this, and this is a big bet, but they're betting on while the price is low, to start accumulating those coins and not sell them, just stack them. And then they will sell on the next rally up to $100,000 Bitcoin. That's the plan. So you accumulate as many of those coins now. You run in the red because you're not selling them. You're not selling the coins that you mint from mining. You're not selling them. So you need some type of float, right? External capital to float you through the bear market until the other side, where you can then cash in some of those coins and pay back those loans or credit lines of credit. So that is the plan. I believe that's what a lot of these miners are doing, and that's what they're banking on and betting on. Hey, without risk, there is no reward. So hey, how do you guys feel about that? Do you think that is the right move, or should they be selling now? Because it could go lower. It could go lower, but that is the risk. What would you do? I'm out of that mining game, man. That shit is just, it is too much, man. You got to forever. I mean, if you're running your own operation, you've got to always upgrade and maintain, and it's too much for me. Way too much. I had to get out of that. Get out of that game. But yeah, just wanted to let you guys know Bitcoin hash rate has hit another all-time high. Before we get to the main subject for this evening, I do want to bring you this article that actually was published some months ago, and it snuck under the radar for me. The reason I even saw this was because I'm going to be interviewing Ted Seidel for like the 5th time on the channel. If you guys haven't seen any of my Ted Seidel interviews, please go back and watch those. Very good interviews. Didn't get a lot of views, but I like the guy. He likes coming on CBTV, and when we always have a great time kicking it. But he is the previous, until like this year, he was the largest awarded whistleblower in the history of the United States. I think maybe even the world. He's collected over like $78 million worth of whistleblower fees from the government. I think he's done some whistleblowing, SEC or CFTC, one of them. I don't know exactly offhand, but anyway, I'm having him on tomorrow, and he's got what he does now. He's a lawyer, and what he's been doing lately in the last 2 or 3 years is actively going after different pension funds, state pension funds, and suing them for malinvestment. Basically, like, they're taking your money and doing the absolute worst with it. They're underperforming. They're giving it all over to these Wall Street guys, and the Wall Street dudes are just skimming off the top and not doing anything for you. Underperforming year over year, and at this rate, most of the pensions are pretty much insolvent. I think Kentucky, Ohio. I mean, go watch my old interviews with Ted Seidel. Just type in Crypto Blood and Ted Seidel, and you'll see all of those interviews. But he's got a new article that I'll be going over with him tomorrow that talked about, I didn't know this, OpenSea delisted this Sands Vegas Casino Club NFT. Now, that's nothing new. We've known for OpenSea to ban or delist tokens or NFTs. That's nothing new. They do that on the regular. However, why I found this kind of interesting is because essentially in this case, I believe the SEC called this NFT release a security. Now, it's interesting because I thought securities had to be like fungible, right? Like a token or a security, a share is fungible. I can switch my shares of Apple stock with your shares of Apple stock, and they're pretty much one and the same. So how can non-fungible items or tokens be securities? I don't know, man. Here we go. But I didn't know about this, and this only adds to my thesis that in the new year, not only will you see the smackdown come from these regulatory agencies on cryptos, like cryptocurrencies, but also NFTs. I think NFTs are going to be in trouble. It shouldn't be. It's definitely not the right way to handle this, but they are doing this. This month, well, this is in April, 2 U.S. states issued cease and desist orders to Sands Vegas Casino Club for NFT sales. Sands Vegas Casino Club reportedly sold NFTs to fund a metaverse casino, classifying them as securities. Wow. So according to the San Vegas roadmap, San Vegas Casino acquired 27 plots in Sandbox in January of 2020. The virtual casino aimed to meet all regulatory legal requirements between March and August of 2022. The delisting will cut a funding source for the virtual casino. Owners of the gambler NFTs reportedly share in half the casino's profits generated. So again, they don't want, the narrative is that they're protecting you from fraud, but really they're just protecting you from not getting the bag. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with people buying an NFT and getting profit sharing from it? It just doesn't make sense. Kyle said investing on margin is very risky. However, you could sell some of your mined BTC for cash and dollar cost average down, because I still think we're going lower. So Kyle is essentially saying shorting. Is that what you're saying? You think that you said it in a very eloquent way, but I think he just means you could short Bitcoin. Bloomberg says Apollo Global Management Inc. and 6th Street are no longer in talks to provide finance. Oh, wow. That's no good. That is no good. So maybe we're not ready to go have a party for a free Twitter coming under the reins of Elon Musk. We'll have to see. I'll follow up on that tomorrow, Red River. But yeah, this just shows you guys it's not a good look, man, and how they're trying to attack crypto, man. And you guys can be optimistic, and optimism only works so long and so far. You have to be real and realistic with the environment we're in, and unfortunately the environment we're in is that these regulators want to hone in and reel in a lot of this profit making that's going on in this space. So they're coming, and this is just one more example. This happened back in April, but this is one more example of, I think, overreaching. So we'll see. Government reach around for NFTs. Damn, we can't even have freedom in the metaverse. You will own nothing, as they say. You got it right, man. Voice Crypto, spot on. Word is Tesla will have to sell $3 billion of stock. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure Mr. Elon can sell $3 billion of his stock and get the job done. So that's not a problem for him. But let's go ahead and take a look at the last article for today. And it is what you see there on the thumbnail. Swift makes major breakthrough with CBDCs. And you may be asking, what breakthrough have they made? Well, let's take a look at it. This is out of Watcher.guru. And essentially, the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications. Boy, that sounds like a secret society, doesn't it? I never knew the acronym, what SWIFT stood for, but it's the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications. Real Illuminati, Bilderberg, to me. I don't know. Anyway, according to SWIFT, the results show that CBDCs can be rapidly deployed at scale to facilitate trade and investment between more than 200 countries and territories around the world. Around 90% of the world's central banks are exploring CBDCs, Atlantic Council data reveals. So to go on, it talks about basically SWIFT establishing partnerships in with Capgemini to settle transactions using CBDCs based on different distributed ledger technologies, as well as utilizing a fiat to CBDC payment network. So here are the central banks or central and commercial banks that are now collaborating in testing this new environment and to accelerate the path to full-scale CBDC deployment. We've got Bank de France, Bank of France, Deutsche. We've got HSBC. We've got Intesa, NatWest, SMBC, Standard Chartered, UBS, Wells Fargo. So those are some of the banks that are included. And in addition to that, here's the cherry on the top, guys. I was wrong. Guys. I was wrong. I thought they weren't going to use XRP. But if you read closely here, it says that Swift is also experimenting with integrating tokenization platforms with different types of cash payments. They are working in collaboration with Citi, Clearstream, North Trust, and SETL. Oh, I misread. I thought it said Ripple or XRP in there, but it doesn't. Swift has explored 70 scenarios simulating the market issuance and secondary market transfers of tokenized bonds, equities, and cash. Correspondingly, according to the World Economic Forum, the tokenization market could reach, listen to this, 24 trillion by 2027. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and give a round of applause for XRP not being in that list. I'm gonna look at shot on that. Calvin Leon says smash those likes. Absolutely, ladies and gents, please hit the thumbs up. We got 47 people in the building right now. Yes, shorting is an option. Of course, I was speaking of just building a cash position if you're a miner. Okay, gotcha. But that's essentially shorting, Kyle, right? Because if you built a cash position, you're not in Bitcoin, so your exposure is your risk is that Bitcoin goes higher, right? And you can't buy the same amount of units or satoshis of Bitcoin back with that cash reserve. So that's essentially shorting, if I'm hearing you correctly. I can't see Europe trying CBDCs because they are technically a confederation that may benefit from a centralized banking system. Well, the CBDCs will intertwine back into a centralized hub of some sort. No Ripple or XRP anyway. Hey, man. Hey, Swift have been hacked before. CBDCs are a huge hacking target. I don't know, man. That's a good question or statement you posed there. Whether or not some type of CBDC run on a blockchain is, I think it's actually less hackable. If you think about it, if they have their nodes, if they have enough nodes decentralized enough in a centralized fashion, I know that sounds oxymoronic, but if they have enough nodes, then it theoretically, it couldn't happen. And it doesn't matter because on a in a centralized controlled blockchain protocol, you can always fork or roll back the chain. So it really doesn't matter. Yeah, you can always fork the chain or roll it back. So it's cool. It's cool. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, XRP, breaking news here first on CBTV. You heard it from Crypto Blood. Yours truly. Not even BitBoy, not even Tone Vase, not even whoever could break this one. I got the insider on this one, guys. Swift to use XRP for their new system. Or not. Or not. Chainlink and Swift collab will be using Link token. That's very true. Now, Chainlink is doing something with Swift. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's true, CB. I'm looking for 7. Yeah, man. But it's funny, bro, Kyle, because I feel like, I've been watching the price action, man. The price action has been very bullish. Like some entity or some group of people are there's a bid under the market for Bitcoin. Through all of this news that we've been seeing, there's a bid under it. Now, how long does that bid last? I don't know. I do not think, guys, it will last. I think eventually the traditional markets, TradFi, will have to come back down to earth. Back to realization back to the reality that Jerome Powell is not going to pause interest rate hikes. At least not to the end of the year. Now, we got midterms in November. November. I just do not see. We still got a few months of interest rate hikes that I think we're not totally pricing into the markets in TradFi and in the crypto space. So I think we will see a leg down, man, to be honest with you. I really do. At some point, will that be at $21,000 Bitcoin? Possibly. We may see a rally up before we see that move back down. As you guys see, that dotted line is where there's strong areas of resistance for us. So we could see a short-term rally up to 21,000. Anything above 21,000 for me, I would be totally shocked. absolutely totally shocked if we get above 21,000, and I will have to change, reassess my theory. But ultimately, I do think we will roll back with what you're saying there, Kyle. I do see us heading lower. What is the name of the open source distributed ledger? Maybe IBM created Hyperledger. You talking about Hyperledger? Maybe, I don't know. We've been here before. Buy low and sell high. Yeah, unfortunately, 99% of y'all out there buy high and sell low. You know, we like to say buy low, sell high, but only people like me take people's money from you, like you, by buying low and selling high, while everybody else, majority of the people, buy high and sell low. So it is what it is. I watched a couple minutes of Town today. I can't speak on Bitcoin, but in equities, I'm assuming it is a short covering rally. Correct. So to help you guys understand just kind of in the market structure of bull and bear markets, and you know, you have bear traps, which this potentially could be. But essentially what happens is, guys, you have the market fall. Markets fall way faster than they go up, right? But on the way down, smart money, i.e. people like Bloodalytics, Crypto Blood, and others, have to cover and lock in some of those gains at some point. In order to cover a short, you have to buy back that instrument, that asset. So if you have a lot of people saying, okay, finally I made, you know, we're making some money here, let's go ahead and take some off the table. Well, that action of covering your short or taking profits off your short basically buys the stock or the asset. So you have a lot of people covering their short. It causes a short squeeze, and then those people that were maybe you know, looking to get in at higher levels, their orders get triggered. So you have people buying and people covering their shorts, which is why in a bear market the rallies up are very violent but very short. So they're very violent short moves up, and then you get another move down, and that just takes everybody else's money right back down with it. So that's kind of how and why you see bear market rallies be so violent and so quick. That is exactly why. But that is it, man. Hope you guys enjoyed my 2 Satoshis today. Hope you found something and learned something today from today's episode. Make sure you guys go support Quando Rondo. His new album, it's called Terra Lunatics. That's what it's called. No, but in all honesty, I appreciate everyone tuning in. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. If you're not getting any alerts, please unclick the bell and click it again. I would definitely appreciate it. Todd, Seba, Red River, Kyle, Mark, we got a whole bunch of people in today. I appreciate everyone, each and every one of you. That's another episode of my 2 Satoshis. I'm out of here. Holla!
Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Okay. Ready?
Fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.
Okay.